So I just got back from Infinity Pool. My wife and I went and saw it. And boy, I tell you, I wasn't sure what I was going to get with it. But when I left the theater, I was more into it than I kind of expected to be. Maybe I had a little tempered expectations. I work at a theater, so I saw some people leaving it on opening night, and there was mixed reaction. So I kind of like pumped the brakes on being super excited about it. But I really wanted to watch it. The trailer seemed interesting. I liked the cast. Mia Goth is the new hot thing out there in Hollywood. Alexander Skarsgård was the perfect casting for this character. I don't really know what I can say about this movie without spoiling things, so I will try my hardest to give you some kind of idea of what I think about the movie with no plot details, other than stuff you could have seen in the trailer, I guess. But yeah, I mean, the trailer kind of gives you the layout of the movie. There are a couple of things that'll catch you off guard. There are a couple of twists you won't see coming. I'd say overall it's kind of predictable, but what isn't these days? It's 2023. Everything has been said and or done more than once at this point. But the visual aspect of this movie was fantastic. He did a lot of things with the camera that maybe 2 years ago I wouldn't have cared about very much, but after watching movies like Mandy and really liking stuff like that, I'm a lot more interested in cool and unique camera techniques than I used to be. So there's a lot of cool things that happen in this movie visually. There's a lot of cool dream sequences and things, or I don't know if they're called, I don't even know if they are dream sequences. There's just a lot of great visual stuff that happens. Alexander Skarsgård, like I said before, was perfectly cast. He looks like he could be like a douchey rich guy, kind of. That's also put into a situation where he becomes very vulnerable and cowardly. He's good for this role. It is perfect because you kind of love him, you kind of hate him. This was rated R. And if they have an NC-17 version coming, I don't know what they're going to do with it to make it more, what would you call it? More violent, more visceral, more nudity. I mean, what are they going to put into this movie? Go watch this movie. There's some stuff in here. There was a couple of parts that were hard to watch in a good way. There's a couple of things that you don't really get with the trailer that once you get the explanation of those things, it makes more sense. It becomes more serious. It'll get you in a weird way. I had a bunch of situations in this movie where I was feeling a little uncomfortable. There was a couple of points where I was like turning my head a little bit. I was checking on my wife a little bit. It's a startling movie to say the least, but the things that are done objectively, the camera work, the acting, all that stuff is fantastic. I don't really recall much music in this movie. I think I was so engulfed in the story that the music was never going to be that important to me anyway, so I don't really remember the score or any songs that were played. Yeah, not at all really. But boy, this story is wild. And then when you get to the end of the movie, it's kind of like, oh, okay, interesting. So there are going to be things that you're going to have to pay, and you really need to pay a lot of attention, because there's going to be stuff in here that if you missed 10, 15 seconds before, you won't understand what's going on. So pay attention. Make sure you watch it when you don't have to get up, go to the bathroom or anything. Make sure you try not to eat or anything. I guess you can eat, I get whatever. Yeah, it's up to you. But you do need to pay close attention to this movie. I personally liked this one better than his dad's latest. He did the Crimes of the Future. I do want to watch that one again. I'm not going to say I hated that movie. I just didn't really understand it. This one, I think I understood pretty well on the first viewing. Still would like to watch it again at some point. I'm very curious to see what they do with an NC-17 if they ever release that one. But if I had to give you a very initial opinion, an initial feeling on this movie, I'm going to go like 8.5 out of 10. I can't quite go for, I almost said 4.5 out of 5 stars, but I not quite 9. I'm looking like an 8.5 out of 10. Very, very good movie. Very good movie. My wife enjoyed it as well, which honestly kind of surprised me a little bit. I'm very interested in what my friends and viewers of the channel think of this one. If you've seen it already, please let us know your opinion in the comments without spoiling anything. I will do a spoiler talk at some point if we want. Maybe once me and all the fellas watch it, we'll do it on the live stream or something. Infinity Pool definitely hit where it needed to. Mia Goth is just something else in this movie. She's very good. Man, this movie is amazing, actually. I kind of want to watch it again right now. It's weird though. Like if it catches you on the wrong day, you're gonna not like it. It's gonna be polarizing. There's gonna be a lot of people that don't like this movie. It's a elevated horror at this point, and those movies are usually pretty polarizing. So I kind of expected to not like it, to be honest. So I'm glad I did. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please like this video, give us a comment, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. Otherwise, we'll catch you on the next Horror Hangout. Peace.